No porch is complete without a couple of short glass tables where you can put plants.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
The present's confusing, Dawson.
Why is it confused?
The present's not confused. The present's confusing.
That's true.
The present.
Well, the present could be a thing. If the present has feelings.
That's true. Let's not present shame, I guess. Why do people care about the My Chemical Romance being back together? That came out last week. They're like, not only is Rage Against the Machine and My Chemical Romance getting back together, but this other thing. And I was like, those two things aren't equal things.
Yeah, but
all.
I like to imagine that My Chemical Romance was like, all right, guys, this is the week. It's our big moment. And then like a day before they come out, it's Rage Against Machine's like, we're back. And My Chemical Romance is like, fuck!
I legitimately looked up stories about this, and it's like 6 years after My Chemical Romance called it quits. And I was like, My Chemical Romance was still doing stuff 6 years ago? I looked up when that song Helena was, which best song maybe ever in the world. That was 2004. What does My Chemical Romance have as like any sort of we get to say we've called it quits and then announce a comeback years later? Jeff, what do you think? It's a Jeff episode.
It was a very tough week for me finding out that My Chemical Romance had broken up. So it was a roller coaster of emotions. But yeah, and then Rage came through and I'm like all about it.
Rage might be the bigger story here.
Oh,
that Rage Against the
absolutely.
Machine is back and playing shows exclusively on the border.
Yeah, and Coachella, which is like a very problematic institution and the most unrage-like place to ever reunite. Like, it's very interesting.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, like, how problematic is Coachella these days?
Not as...
What do you mean?
It's got to be pretty
True.
far
Yeah.
down the list that Rage is pissed about.
Why? What makes Coachella problematic?
The guy that runs it has donated to some questionable institutions, so there's always sort of a backlash when, like, Beyonce played, or, hey, this guy contributes to, like, anti-LGBTQ charities, and it's kind of like a super rich... neocon.
I've got bad
dude.
news for a lot of people that think most rich people have good
the
morals.
charity thing is like if you chase it up to the top, you're gonna find some awful shit.
Exactly. The way I put it is Rage broke up during the Bush years when we needed them most, and if they could do that, they'll do anything. So I'm just happy they're back. They were my favorite band growing up, and I'm so glad they're back.
I was listening to some of their stuff recently, and like, you want to talk about prescient lyrics. Like, I guess a lot of those lyrics kind of work for any time, but you apply most Rage songs to right now when you're like, man, when was this written? This was written about right this very second.
Dude, their debut came out in 1992. It could have come out last week and you would have no idea. Like, it's still in style. The lyrics are still relevant. Mm-hmm. They're the best.
Also, they really haven't, like, I guess you kind of have to wait to say this, but like a lot of those guys haven't lost a step. They're still doing cool shit on the side. And so I'm very, very excited now that they're back together.
One of my favorite Rage things is just the shot of Zach in, I think it's the Sleep Now in the Fire video, where he's holding the gas pump to his head.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the first. So that was probably early 2000s, right? The Battle of Los Angeles.
They
would have
broke
been
up
out?
that came out in 99. It was just the 20-year anniversary. Yep. So probably around that time, yeah.
So that was right around, like, I was 11 years old, and I was like, I understand. Everyone's always saying, what's the deal with all these gas prices? What's happening with oil? Check out this guy making a statement.
It's really funny because their first album came out when I was 10, and like, and you were 11. Like, these are very like big issues, and for like 10 and 11-year-olds,
for like your formative, like very impressionable years.
Yeah. When were you radicalized? Oh, like 5th grade. Like, it's serious.
Legitimately, Rage was one of the. I only had like 8 T-shirts that I wore as a child, and like 3 of them were Metallica, and 2 of them.
Do you
were
have the
Rage Against
E, the
Machine.
upside down E, or what Rage shirt
No,
did you have?
I had what did I have? It was a picture, and then it just said Rage in huge letters, which now come to think of it sounds kind of like I'm describing Mac's T-shirt in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I do not believe is a Rage Against the Machine shirt. Speaking of festivals, do you know who started Lollapalooza?
Perry
You
Farrell.
probably do know this.
Perry
Yeah.
Farrell.
I absolutely did not know that.
Yeah. And do you know his name is kind of a play on words?
No.
It's a play on the words peripheral. Perry Farrell is not his real name, which is like the least cool name to ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
Like,
it's a play on the word peripheral. Why
I'm
don't you make
changing my
it?
name to be more badass. What are you going to go with? Perry? But yeah, Perry Farrell, started Lala.
Yeah, so Perry Farrell is the front man of Jane's Addiction. One of those cool bands, almost like Rage Against the Machine and Fall Out Boy, where they're more known for they're not like someone other than their front man, right?
Okay, yeah, I can see Tom Morello probably being the most
Like when people talk,
famous
and
person.
Zach's
Pete
the best,
Wentz.
and everybody really does know him. But like people know Pete Wentz before they know Mr. Stump. What's his name?
Patrick.
Patrick Stump.
What about the band? Would you qualify?
Wait,
the
is-
band?
I was gonna say the band could be one of those, but
Is
who's
Pete
really
Wentz not the front man of Fall Out Boy?
exactly?
Exactly.
He's not. He's
Really?
like the bass player or something. But he was just cuter than the front man. Is that what it is?
Well, he
Yeah.
had that picture with Bruno Mars. That's what really
Oh, okay.
escalates
remember that
you
picture.
to that.
That's a pretty
superstardom.
That's a pretty fun exercise. But yeah, Rage Against the Machine would fall into that category. Would you say Jane's Addiction falls into that category?
Oh, are you positing that Dave Navarro
Yeah.
is more? Yeah, I
Yeah,
could see
I think
that.
that's-
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
more. You would say more
Yeah.
people know who Dave Navarro is than Pete Farrell.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I think Flea is.
Yes, Red Hot Chili Peppers would qualify.
Will
more,
Ferrell is their
Yes,
drummer, the most
yeah.
famous member of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Perry Farrell's brother.
Here's the thing. What do you think of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I think they're kind of like a joke a little bit, but I really like some of their. I really liked Californication, and then they started to
yeah.
become a caricature of themselves.
California
and like,
songs?
Yeah, like bing a dang a bang burr bang. like
Yeah, totally.
every song's like that.
But
I think.
I think that- go ahead.
I think they're like an early internet blog where like they got in at the right time and they did some really cool stuff, but they've since been like swamped and they are very much not cool or relevant anymore.
I don't understand why people don't find like you don't need to think they're the coolest in the world because like to a man it's a collection of some of the biggest douchebags you could find, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Just
but-
watch Anthony Kiedis and Flea at an NBA game.
But like virtuosos across the board, right? Chad Smith is this great drummer. Like, don't need to say any more about what a musician Flea is. John Frusciante, to any like kid who's ever played guitar, is an absolute god. And Anthony Kiedis, I saw. Actually, I saw this in a those Pitchfork over-unders things, or no, overrated, underrated things?
Yeah.
Which is a cool enough concept. Josh and Emma Tillman were doing one, and it was Red Hot Chili Peppers overrated, underrated. And they both like were adamant. They were like, underrated.
Really?
Anthony Kiedis is in on the joke, and you guys don't understand that. And I don't know that he's necessarily in on the joke, but I think that I always took them as like kind of tongue-in-cheek. Like, she want to know, am I still a slut? I'm going to take it on the other side. Like, what kind of lyrics are those? What kind of earnest lyrics are those? I always, Suck My Kiss, I always assumed that they were kind of screwing around.
Flea, one of the all-time best MTV Rock and Jock basketball players of all time. If you ever needed a 50-point shot,
Wow.
he was incredible. But I was thinking about this recently.
Well, you
like,
know who's the best is your boy.
who? Bill Bellamy?
No. Well, he's a little later, but
Butler.
Win Butler.
Oh yeah, Win Butler's. Yeah, he's
Every
great.
year. Like,
They don't
crushes
call
it.
they
him
played a
Lose Butler.
celebrity. Yeah, they played a celebrity basketball game, and this guy from Arcade Fire scored a bunch. And it's like every time it's the same story. It's like Win, who actually used to play basketball and is tall and is a good basketball player, managed to score a bunch against Camila Cabello or something.
He's always like posting up, like Ariana Grande, like
it was like he's like a big
He's like a
man who's
celebrity.
good at
He's like a
basketball.
celebrity basketball player who also moonlights as a musician.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous of Luke Bonner's like special relationship with him, that he like knows him. I think
He's
that's
friends
very
with.
cool.
I've probably said it on this podcast before. The not the worst interview, but just like one of those interviews where you're like, I wish that
Didn't happen.
went. Yeah. Generally, I wish that didn't happen. But Win Butler, awesome, super nice dude, and that band is just intimidating because like
Very
they're
much so.
all. I was just saying, Red Hot Chili Peppers is like a collection of like impressive douchebags. Arcade Fire, while accused at points of being douchebags, is like a collection of probably the best people who like want to change the world for the better more than anybody in the world. So
100%. I would agree.
standing around that group of people, a little intimidating. And then after having an interview that you're like, that didn't go so great. Rostam walks in and you run away out of just never meet your heroes. Like I just felt like I'm like 5 seconds away from Josh Tillman somehow popping up here. I'm gonna run away here. But yeah, I did not know that Lollapalooza was founded as a Jane's Addiction farewell tour, which actually kind of sounds a bit like The Last Waltz, except they made a tour of it.
Yeah, so all those like Lala, and there was something called Horde Tour, which was like Horde Tour was like the jam band version of Lollapalooza, Blues Traveler maybe, and Spin Doctors. Those dudes, like John Popper was involved.
Hell yeah, lots of
Like
coke.
Lollapalooza and Horde Tour were kind of like
Horde Tour.
and Horde is an acronym. I don't know what it stands
No,
for.
well, Horde Tour is actually a character from the beloved show Game of Thrones. And
No,
Gotta
it's-
work on that.
he was
That
saying,
Type 5.
Horde the door, and then it was very emotional when you find out that's how he got that stupid name of his.
That is exactly how it came about. Thank you.
Somebody who doesn't watch Game of Thrones, you know a lot of details about Game of Thrones.
It's because all anyone fucking talks about is Game of Thrones. Like I wasn't,
It is
I,
true.
I like wasn't trying to get into boy bands when I was a kid, but having sisters and living in the world, if you don't know every word to every boy band song, you're lying to yourself.
Sure. No, but I do think I've now looked back at the hours I've wasted on talking, listening, and watching Game of Thrones, and I feel very disappointed in a lot of it. But
So this is the episode where we recap the finale, where we react to the finale of
Yeah,
Game
this
of
is our-
Thrones. How does everybody feel about it? People were pissed. Yes,
Daenerys.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah, upset.
they thought that it was mainly complaints about the writing. Correct? They said, "How could you
rushed.
piss on us that last season? You pissed on like a lot of why'd you have to
Ever
piss on
heard
us?"
Somebody say they pissed on them.
Well, like general, like, oh, you're like pissing on your fans right now. I don't know why I associate the ending with a lot of piss, but like people were pissed.
Yeah, it was. We thought it was rushed. That's why we were waiting until now to finally talk about it.
Yeah.
I think we're
Exactly.
taking our time.
It should have just ended.
Yeah,
if they had
exactly.
taken their time, like we are taking our time to react to it.
Nice. Well, speaking of other shows, people liked that we watched a random episode of Dawson's Creek. People liked when we dip into some Everybody Loves Raymond episodes. So for this week, we watched 2 episodes of a terrible show. It was called This Season of Silicon Valley because oh my god, not off to a great start.
Yeah, if My Chemical Romance just gets to announce that their shitty product is coming back in the middle of nowhere, Silicon Valley might as well do the same thing. I had no idea that it was back on
Same.
TV.
I didn't know. Someone was saying they were like, oh, so then we watched a couple episodes of Silicon Valley, and I was like, oh, what season are you on? They were like, this one,
the new one.
And I was like, oh, I guess I'll watch those. And rough. Have you?
I
dabbled?
did. I did. I liked Jared's meltdown.
That
I
was-
thought
that
was
that
very
was great
funny.
when he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm state raised. I'll take a case."
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed that. But yeah, it's sort of
Him kicking the door through like the bottom was
That was
so
amazing.
funny.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the beta version of The Shining, essentially. I have a love-hate relationship with that show, and like just because, and my wife always gets so stressed out because you just know it's always going to be bad, whatever happens, and nothing ever ends up like progressing. So it's a very like
Right.
It's like a stress dream, like where you're just
Yeah.
like running in circles and just bad things are happening. So again, like I don't know really where we are at with this show
And
what's going to happen.
No one cares about what they're doing or what they're working on
Stakes.
or any of the
like
obstacles.
there are no stakes.
There are no stakes,
There are
yeah.
no stakes, and the writers just refuse to take any risks. Like they've kept so many characters around for like almost no reason.
Someone's going to give them money. Wait, do they want to take that money?
Right.
Here are the reasons why they might not want to take the money. Uh-oh, Monica's going to start smoking cigarettes over this. When the episode when the term sheet came in, I was like, I bet Monica's going to see it and take out some... then there's the cigarettes.
Oh, but wait,
That's
she
a
has
lot of money.
cigarettes.
That's
the joke.
No, that wasn't a joke to me. That's what I called the dream.
Relatable
I was
content.
quite excited.
Gavin Belson's been kept around for like 3 seasons too long.
And we don't know what he does anymore. Is he still... I know that he's still around Hulu, but we're like, did they fire him? Did he come back?
Right.
There's a merger happening with Amazon. Are we mad at Amazon? Is the what's his face from Curb and 40-Year-Old Virgin is
the mustache
is still
guy?
around? Yeah, what's that guy's
yeah.
name? Hoover?
Hoover, yeah.
He's not that bad, but like...
That's because they use him very sparingly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the same, not to get controversial, like, I would love to see a Stranger Things episode without any of the science fiction involved, like just the kids living life. I would love, like,
Yeah, give
I
it a
don't
smoke
need
and
any of
weed
the
now.
Silicon Valley stuff. Like, same. It's always a term sheet. Who are they going to get funding from? Oh, it falls through. Oh, here's a great rap song at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Credits roll every
Yeah.
single episode.
I
But like,
could
I
watch
enjoy spending time with
Yes,
them. I
yeah.
like it.
Like everybody loves the cast. The
Yep.
characters are great, and so like if you just had like the Office guys get invited to like a golf outing for
Right.
one
Yeah.
episode, very fucking funny.
Right, like remake the terrible episode of The Office where they go to Andy's family's house. Do that with Silicon Valley, and it will be better than what they're doing right now because they'll be out of the they'll be out of the office, and also there's like a bit of Seinfeld 2000 to it where they're like, this character is such a douchebag. He's always texting me stuff about this. Oh no, he's got a wearable chair. My eyes rolled so hard when it was like, oh yeah, he's a douchebag who's using all the latest technology, and some of this technology makes you a bit of a doofus.
I
Yeah.
never thought I would say this before, but if Silicon Valley could be more like Succession, where Succession, did you guys watch Succession?
Yes. Hell yeah.
Succession's like not really, like so much plot happens off screen, but it's all about getting these people that you love to see in places. Oh, they're at this tech conference.
Yeah.
And it's not about like, it's about them and their relationships.
Them just being assholes at different venues, basically.
Exactly. Now they're on a boat. Now they're in Aspen. Now they're
Literally
like,
what that show is.
And it's
just
fucking
rich people
awesome.
being assholes in different rich places.
that's a great like elevator pitch for Succession. I love that.
Well, that was that was Entourage.
That's true.
Rich people,
True.
except
That's
not
true.
rich people, like rich douchebags being.
But that was like rags to rich douchebags.
That's
This is
true.
like born rich douchebags.
Yeah, where they talk about like, oh, you're only going to get $5 million. That's the worst amount of money. You can't retire on it. You can't
Yeah,
do anything
I will
with
say
it.
the two funniest things that I have found in through the first 2 episodes of Silicon Valley was the Jared scene, and the other one was the video game guy riding in on his bird scooter and then throwing
the
it
bird
in-
scooter, yeah.
throwing it in the recycling bin.
a bit derivative of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but I also laughed out
Very
loud at
good.
it.
Yeah. So
Do you guys remember the scene in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt when
never
Jane
made it through.
Krakowski asks, and Jane Krakowski isn't Jane Krakowski what's her face Malcolm in the Middle? No, that's Jane Kaczmarek.
Yeah, you're right. Jane Krakowski.
Okay,
Sorry.
asks
Is
her if she wants. She goes to the fridge, takes out a bottle of water, and she's like, "Would you like a water?" And she's like, "Oh no, thank you." She goes, "Okay," and just throws it in the trash. Delicious.
we've made it 20 minutes without talking about Haim.
Yeah, new Haim. Great new song from Haim. It's brought to you by the Modern Vampires Dream Team, meaning Rostam and Ariel Rekshide. That's the group that also brought you Walking Away by Haim, and another one of the really good ones. I forget. Not You Never Knew. Kept Me Crying.
Okay.
So some of the really good ones from from the Something to Tell You album. This song was going to be good. It was just a matter of what Heimiest Heim song to ever Heim, as they build it, would be. And I love it. I'm crazy about it. It is obviously very derivative of Savage Garden's
Yes.
I Want You, but that is okay. It did hit you hard of like, this is exactly I Want You, but it's Heim, and they're allowed to be very derivative as long as they make it rock.
And nobody took Savage Garden seriously.
I'll tell you, they did. They were a huge.
Savage Garden took themselves very seriously.
They were
Sure.
Like,
Yes.
I Want You, because you got to think when I Want You came out, their competition was like The Freshman and like other songs like that. So I Want You comes out, which I think that song's called, right? I Want You.
I think so. I thought, is it called Truly Madly Deeply?
That
or
was
something?
their second
Second
song.
song? Okay, got it.
And then their third, I Knew I Loved You, which is best known for being quoted in Aaron Hernandez's letter.
No, it wasn't, was it?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
In his suicide note,
Really?
he wrote, I knew I loved you before I met you, and then cited it, Savage Garden.
No, he did not.
And it's time for one of those classic moments called, is DJ just saying something that why would he make up to fuck with Pete a little bit, or did this happen? Jeff?
Do I have to be the judge?
You decide.
So
Did I randomly pull out that Aaron Hernandez cited Truly Madly, or I Knew I Loved You by Savage Garden and I'm not trying to make light of suicide notes or anything, but this is what I'm saying happened.
I believed you up until you said he cited Savage Garden.
Now,
So now,
before we get to the bottom of this, and Pete's starting to Google, Jeff was a foremost expert on the musings and writings of Aaron Hernandez. Back when Aaron Hernandez was getting arrested and all that, Jeff started a bit of a wave that I think other people jumped on, but I'll always associate it with you, which was finding his zombified tweets.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
There-
Oh my god, those are scary.
I don't know if this would make you problematic now for having done that.
No,
but
they're-
Jeff would find tweets like, Labor Day, what y'all doing? And he would just quote tweet it with what he was doing.
Yeah, those are bad. Probably in retrospect, I'm glad they pulled it. Twitter should I know they came out with pulling no more political ads, but
Right.
maybe murderers just delete their
Bad
accounts.
people, or even I think we've said this. When I go, Pete's going to get my account, and he has to tweet in the spirit of me. I think that you can also have access to it, Jeff.
Oh,
I
great.
think that you'd be you'd be of some use there, and you just have to every now and then come up with tweets in the spirit of me. Don't do it like Kathy with
Okay.
Laura Branigan.
It's like
because
Those are so weird.
she's just using it for her own gain,
Yeah.
which we all know, Kathy. So
Did
it's
this
time for the
happen?
thrilling conclusion. Wait. Do you want it? We do want to do a read first and then get to the thrilling conclusion? Or
yes, let's keep them hanging.
all right, listeners, think this over while Jeff, you can do this week's read.
Sure, I'd love to.
Here you go.
Yeah, don't screw it up because we have money on the line here.
Yes.
Today's episode is brought to you by Porches. Fall is here, and what better time to install a new porch from Porches? With made-to-order designs to fit any budget, Porches will help you design your dream porch. Here's something I bet you didn't know. A porch with a fire pit not only makes your house the best on the block, it greatly adds to the overall value of your home. In just one day, Porches can install a brand new fire pit for your porch. Not interested in a fire pit? Porches can make you chairs. Nice ones, too. That will go great on your porch. From handcrafted, low-sitting wooden chairs to those plastic white ones you get at Home Depot, Porches has a chair for every occasion. Don't need a chair? Your funeral. Porches has a great, decent wind chime selection, too. And if you're giving one as a gift, Porches wind chimes ship with a ton of paper wrapped around the tubes and clapper, so it won't make any noise before they open it. No porch is complete without a couple of short glass tables where you can put plants. In addition to 3 standard sizes in stock, Porches can custom make you a set of those short glass tables where you can put plants in colors ranging from white metal with a glass top to brown metal with a glass top and green metal with a glass top. Thinking of freshening up your existing porch? Porches has that plastic stuff that looks like wood, but doesn't soak up water or splinter. Porches technicians will lay it down and drill it in just like they would with wood, but it will serve as a more versatile and practical base for your porch. Skimped on the fire pit and fake wood? It's screen season. Limit the damage done by Mother Nature and stay a little bit warmer on your porch with a screen custom cut by Porches. You'll still be able to sit on your porch and enjoy the fall nights with those tiny little wires blocking some of the cold from getting all the way inside your porch. By the way, I kept reading this as Fences, like the Denzel Washington movie, and I was picturing like Denzel delivering a porch to you.
That was a good movie.
With Porches, you can always show your true colors. Porches has flagpoles and flagpole holders, so you'll always feel at home on your porch. A bathroom on a porch? It's been done before. Porches will visit your home, size up your porch, and see if there's a room for a toilet on that bad boy. You'll never have to run back into the house in the middle of a porch session again. Especially if you also have a mini fridge that blends into the rest of the porch. Porches will custom install a mini fridge made from 100% plastic stuff that looks like wood. So you always keep your favorite porch beverages cold. Halloween is come and gone. How fucking long is this?
They send we read.
Yeah.
They send we read.
We've complained about how long ad reads are, and it has not ended well for us, so we'll have to cut this.
Halloween is come and gone, which means Porches is having its annual pumpkin overstock blowout. If you're looking to buy hundreds of pumpkins, Porches has tons of backstock, and everything must go. Get a Porches Chain for Life membership, and you'll get unlimited chains for holding up those swinging benches that are on porches. I feel like I'm in like the Wet Hot American Summer like commercial or something like that. The Chain for Life Club also includes unlimited hooks with screws on the other side that will drill cleanly into both wood and the plastic stuff that looks like wood. Why do so many people take good care of things like their house and lawn while totally overlooking their porches? If you need a cool sign to put on your porch, Porches has a sign for every mood. Hang a sign on your porch that says, "Home is where the porch is," or take your porch on a road with "My other car is a porch" bumper sticker. Planning an outdoor movie night? Porches offers pretty good projectors and screens that will let you watch your favorite movie or game right from your porch. Don't be a piece of shit with the bad porch. Trick out your porch with Porches. Use promo code BRUNCH for unlimited tips on how to upgrade your porch today. Porches.
Get that money.
We had
Nice.
we had some people asking us. The read apparently does not include what the website for Porches is. So
Porches may have done that intentionally. Because
yeah, I guess
if you say a website, you have to buy the URL, and Porches wanted to save a little money.
Honestly, if you don't know what the website is, maybe a porch isn't for you. Maybe you're not a porch person.
That's true.
It's true.
Right. You into porches or not?
it's only for serious porch aficionados.
Yeah,
Then you
if
would know
if
the
you
website.
know, you know. Otherwise,
Yes.
Move
Okay,
along.
it's time for the thrilling conclusion from AOL.com. Headline: Aaron Hernandez quoted Savage Garden, told fiance, "You're rich" in suicide note. One of Aaron Hernandez's 3 reported suicide notes was published by TMZ Sports on Friday, revealing the former NFL player's final words to his fiance. Then a part of it, and then
I have that up. I have that article up. I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
now. It says Hernandez ends the note by
it-
telling Shay that she is going to be rich
Right.
after Hernandez ends his life, concluding with a reference to Savage Garden's 1999 romantic ballad, "I Knew I Loved You."
Yeah.
But it does not say.
It does. No, it does. It did. It did.
It
He wrote-
literally said
Yes, he
Savage
wrote,
Garden.
"I knew I loved you before I met you."
I mean,
like
that-
a high school
Savage
yearbook
Garden.
quote. Like,
Yeah. So, what'd you think of the new Heim, Jeff?
I thought it was okay and not for me. I listened to the beginning and I didn't like Savage Garden,
Yeah.
so I didn't like the beginning of the song.
off to a rough start.
And then I liked it. I've only listened like 2 times, and the second time I liked it a little bit better. Caitlin was listening to it, and in the background I was like, "Oh, this is good." But I was just like, you know what? Not for me. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I mean, if you don't like every reaction I've gotten of it is like, it's so much like the Savage Garden song. And like, I always say, like, when someone's like, "This is like this other song," I'm like, what makes this like this other song? And if it's something that's common, then a lot of things are like that other song. Like when Lover came out, people compared it to a lot of songs that were in a waltz time, that were 1 2 3
Yep.
1 2 3 1 2, and I'm like, she's not ripping off those songs. She's just doing a song in this time signature. And similarly, I would say that Savage Garden doesn't own 16th notes, but the feel and everything does scream, this is the song I Want You by Savage Garden.
I'm just trying not to yuck anyone's yum, so if you like it, good for you.
Hell
But
yeah.
it's just not for me anymore.
Well,
That's generally my vibe.
Yeah.
That's my vibe now. I've progressed into being like, this sucks and here's why,
Yeah.
to being like, you know what, maybe it's not for me.
Well, we have apparently like very different tastes
Yeah.
when it comes to Haim. I think that maybe we want different things.
Yes, like I love Summer Girls, and you guys
I-
liked it.
Initially,
I thought it was a total
I liked
snooze
it, but I
fest.
was like, this is their most derivative song yet, which it still is. That song is still more derivative than Now I'm In It. But as I was listening to it after Now I'm In It came out, I was like, yeah, this song rules though. It is clearly, and admittedly, like Danielle posted like, hey, Ariel was sick and he really likes Take a
Yeah.
Walk on the Wild Side. So I just like wrote that song for him, and then we used all the same instrumentation, made it sound exactly like it, and now it's like a fun little song.
That song gives me a feeling that I like. Like it reminds me, and maybe it is because of the Walk on a Wild Side, but I don't know. It just reminds me of like a late summer's evening when you're like driving home from work or something like
Yeah.
that, and you're going to do something fun. That's the vibe I get from it, and maybe it's more, and I don't get the feeling from the new song, but
Yeah.
maybe that's just me.
You toss that in a cocktail hour at like a summer wedding, and that's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
get you where you need to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that
that's-
actually like makes a lot of sense because like that's
breezy.
your vibe. I
Yeah.
feel like, and my vibe is like really quick, really synthy.
Yeah.
I'm here to party.
Yeah.
That's what that new song is.
My favorite part was just that middle section, the chill little like almost breakdown with the nice little haunting piano.
I mean,
Beautiful.
after the first chorus, where they come in with like the drums or whatever that is,
Yeah.
is fucking awesome.
And I like that the in the second or the whatever the pre-chorus thing is, like the we can not be
Yeah.
friends. In the second time around, the bass drum syncs up with the melody instead of with like the bass or what it normally would be. So like the drums are like da 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 da. It's very dramatic.
And be remiss if we didn't mention that Paul Thomas Anderson does the music
Of course,
video,
yeah.
which is fantastic.
I was just going to ask, so I haven't seen the music video yet either, and maybe that will change some of my feeling about the song and maybe make me feel more things for the song.
Yeah, possibly. My first go round with the song was with the music video, and it almost like took away from my enjoyment of the song because I was too focused in on what was happening with the music video.
Yeah.
And so I had to like listen to it alone, and I think I like the song better when I was just focused on the song.
I listened to it.
But the music video is awesome.
I listened to it once, and then I went home and put it on the TV and just watched the music video like 7 times in a row. And that every Haim music video is just Alana Haim being classic Alana Haim. So happy that she's in
happy to be
Haim.
there.
Just happy to be there.
She is no, but we've said this a million times. No one is living their dream more than Alana Haim. Alana Haim gets to be a music. Gets to be. She's earned being a music.
yeah, it's funny because
she
it's like
is doing
she-
what she wants to do, and
Is
she's
really good at it.
And she's in a band. Like she's in a band which she wants to do. It's with her sisters, which like nobody wants to be in a family band more than Alana Haim, and she goes on podcasts and stuff, and is just like this ultimate music nerd. And her entire life is either playing in a family band or just doing music shit.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you say like somebody's just happy to be there because that sounds
It sounds like they're
it
like
sounds
being
like they're
dragged along.
Yeah, it sounds like they're passengers, and that she's certainly not that.
No.
but she is 100% Just happy to be there.
It
And
reminds me of like Juju Smith-Schuster, just like super talented and just having a blast and loving every minute of it.
When people see Haim for the first time,
like she's the person that you can't take your eyes off of.
right? Like there's always like the whoa, Esty, she's making bass face, or like man, like Danielle is just like can just like command a crowd and everything. But I feel like a lot of people's first impression is like, man.
Like what
that one on the left is
what
just
is happening?
rocking
on?
out. And I would say nobody rocks out during a Haim show more than Alana does. Because Danielle is James Hetfield, basically. And
I mean, Esty rocks out, but like in a different way, like a more methodical, like rocking out. Whereas Alana's just a fucking wild card. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Will Butler in old Arcade Fire performances. Just like an absolute dynamo. Like if Tim Riggins had musical talent and just like a bombshell. Like
to make this a Butler family podcast, have you heard Will Butler's solo album?
It's fantastic.
I
saw it. I saw him perform live. He's great.
Really?
Yes.
Just singing about pony macaroni?
He is awesome. Policy, it's called, right? Yeah,
I think so.
Very good.
That is a great album that randomly one of my friends like a year ago was like, hey, do you know Will Butler's solo stuff?
He has a song called, I would recommend for anyone to listen to. It's called Son of God, and it's fantastic. And I think also Take a Side is another one that's good. Those are both fantastic songs, and that album is very good.
I really like when members of popular bands who are non-frontmen put out solo stuff that's really good. Do you guys know the song Sister of Pearl by Bayo?
No.
It's Chris Bayo from Vampire Weekend, and he, it's like this very, like 80s song, and he sings it in an 80s accent.
Interesting.
And
I'll write it down.
I don't know any other songs by him, but it's part of the Vampire Weekend set. They play it, and they have him sing it, and it's like the coolest thing in the world. So I'm very pro. I don't know. I wouldn't hate an Alana Haim solo album.
That would be something.
That would be great.
What if? Okay, this is what we need. We need Haim to outcast it and do a speaker box Love Below situation where they all put out. Solo albums.
A triple album?
Yeah, triple album that they package together.
Well, we
And
talked about last week how they just don't put out music and where they should just put out 2 songs at a time.
This would be very unlike Haim because they're not the putting out music type.
Right?
So
but what if instead of doing like 2 songs at a time, what if they each did 2 songs and then you get a full album of like an EP of like 6 songs, 2 each.
Well, here's how that would go though. If they did a triple album where they were one apiece, it would be Danielle's album is considered like a classic rock album and like it's like the most critically acclaimed album of the last 50 years. Esty probably calls up both Diplo and like David Foster and is like doing dance stuff and Shaka Khan sort of stuff. I could very much see Esty wanting to be in the kind of Shaka Khan type of world.
Yep.
And then, to your point, Alana, just absolute wild card. There'd probably be some metal in there. Like, who knows? It would be some like...
Be like spoken word stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
She would be... I would say that Alana's would be most all over the map and probably my favorite.
Alana Haim, make a solo album, coward.
Yes.
Yeah. There's I don't know if they still I think didn't they do they pivoted a while ago where like they were all going to stop using their social media and only put stuff on the main account.
Consolidated, in the
which
one account.
Stinks because Alana Haim on Twitter is amazing, but it's great because it means if Esty's not checking her Twitter account, she's not
Can't
unfollowing.
unfollow you. Yeah.
Not
There you go.
unfollowing. That
Can I ask you guys a hypothetical
a
Haim question?
hypochondriac question.
Yes. So the last time Haim came around, Lizzo
That's
opened
right.
for them. If that concert were to happen today, who would open for.
Oh, not even
even
close.
close.
It's not even close that
Tell me
they
your
would open
answers.
for Lizzo.
Lizzo would headline by a mile.
Okay, that's what I
because
She is a monster.
she just
now.
played where she opened for Haim, which was Agganis Arena,
Agganis,
and
yeah.
that was like the hottest concert ticket
She
in
opened
Boston
that
in years.
She opened that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, a couple
that
years
was, like,
ago.
recently.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
after. It was after Something to Tell You came out a couple
it
years
was
ago.
May 2018. I wanna
Damn.
say.
Yeah,
She is a monster now. There's absolutely no question that.
but
Haim would open for
people
her.
knew who she was when
It's-
she was opening.
It's so crazy. Like Truth Hurts. Like it came out in 2017. Like,
I know.
Like she's been around. Like Feeling Good or Good as Hell.
Good
or
as
whatever.
Hell.
You know that show Tube Dope.
Where the hell's
Queens?
my phone?
Yeah, all those songs have been
She, like,
around
had these-
forever.
yeah.
And then she just put together a dope album. I guess you could say it's like Haim had all these sort of songs circulating, and then they
Right.
finally put out
There was buzz
a
forever.
single album, and it was like awesome. So.
Similarly, this one kind of hurts me, and I love Maggie Rogers, but Maggie Rogers has opened for Haim in the past, and Maggie Rogers has overtaken Haim as and this isn't a stereotype, but like the reverse Carly Rae Jepsen, where like women in their 20s love Maggie Rogers so much, which the reverse Carly Rae Jepsen is men in their 20s love Carly Rae Jepsen
And 30s.
so much.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Men of really
And in like 20 years, 40s.
Oh,
because
right.
I'm
Men-
not slowing down.
right, yeah. Men of any age will just go in droves to a Carly Rae Jepsen show. But friends of mine who I've like tried to get into Haim and stuff go bonkers for Maggie Rogers, and Maggie Rogers is not like a Haim ripoff or anything, but certainly in the same world as Haim. Certainly is going down the path that Haim helped create.
Yeah, I don't
And-
understand how you could be like love Maggie Rogers and like not like appreciate Haim.
It seems that's the case, though. I would say right now, if Maggie Rogers and Haim were to play a show, I would say that Maggie Rogers is probably headlining.
Probably.
that.
I feel like I've
Is-
seen the same for
Really?
the past year Instagram
Probably
story.
She
of
Maggie
people
Rogers
at a
sold
Maggie
out
Rogers show.
Thompson's Point two nights in a row, and
but who was she? Oh, she was playing with the person from Austin City Limits. What's her name?
Natalie Prass was
Natalie
opening.
Prass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know
No,
if
but
Natalie
she's
Prass
not
was driving that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Maggie Rogers just opened for Casey Musgraves.
Yes,
as well.
And
that's
Natalie
like,
Prass had opened for.
Really?
Yeah, when I saw Casey Musgraves, Natalie Prass opened up. Shouts out to people getting Natalie Prass on their tour, because that Natalie Prass album last year ruled.
I feel like Maggie Rogers and Haim would be like double headliners.
That's the old Billy Elton show.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
right,
they
right.
tour together, yeah.
I thought
Or they
I thought
did
Billy
tour
Elton
together.
was a person, and I was like, I've never heard of that person. But
Yeah, he sings the song "Bad Guy."
oh, yes. All right.
That would have been a good walk-off moment for the episode, but we haven't even started it yet. We're talking about Parasite, the best movie this year. That movie was unbelievable. Didn't know anything about it going in. You guys both saw it before me. And people, I work with a guy named Mark. I'm going to start calling him Movie Ass Mark, because he knows everything about movies, and he always gives good movie recs. He was big on the Parasite train, and so I was going to go see it, and I texted Jeff before I went, and I was like, hey, before I head into this thing, it's not scary, is it? And you were like, don't know anything about the movie before you see it. So I was like, all right. And
It wasn't intentional, but I did not know anything about the movie before I saw it. I saw the trailers and stuff, but
Same.
couldn't figure out what the hell it was from the trailers.
I still try to sneak in a trailer, and it didn't give you anything,
Yeah.
which shouts out that trailer.
Great.
It's a
I
great
love
trailer.
it. It relies upon word of mouth, though. It means that no one's just going to see that trailer and say, I'm going to see this movie.
They knew they
they're gonna
had
have
something
friends
good.
saying, hey, this movie's good. Then they check out the trailer, and they're like, okay, I guess I'm intrigued.
The movie poster gives away more than the trailer does.
You're right. You know, when I was
What's the poster
shocked
look
when I
like?
went back to look at
Yeah.
the movie poster to be
It's
like,
like a spoiler alert.
oh, yeah, there's like,
Blood?
are we allowed to spoil this? Well, I should say this, like, stop whatever you're currently doing
And do not
go-
look at the movie poster.
Don't look at the movie poster and fucking go see Parasite
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing, and like, if you pause it now and send me a screenshot of you pausing the episode now and like your movie ticket for the same day, like Venmo you a ticket. Like
there
the money.
you go.
First person that does that. Challenge.
Jeff comes
but
on the
it is
episode
so
and
fucking
giving
good.
away free money.
This is the way that we can give this recommendation from the people who saw Midsommar and were like, hell yeah, we recommend.
I would love to do
Parasite.
I would love to do movie posters like we used to do with like the critic things.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of doing like from the people who brought you,
Yeah,
from the people who saw Midsommar.
Yeah.
But caveat from also the person who was too scared to see Midsommar.
Yeah, and
Go
did
see Parasite.
some.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't see it?
No.
I thought you were talking about me because I was too scared to see it.
Oh,
I Wikipedia'd it 5 times, had Randy on to tell
you
us
through it.
about it, and then I was like, all right, this will be safe. And then I saw it, and I was still blown away.
I never ended up seeing it, and the trailers before Parasite were very scary, and I was
Yeah.
very worried.
Yeah, and like just the name Parasite is like, oh, this is gonna be a horror movie, and like you get halfway through the movie and you're like, is this a horror movie?
That's the best part about it. You get halfway through it. This is a movie about a family, a poor family that infiltrates a rich family, and they've got this big con going on, and they've finished their con, and there's an hour and 10 left.
Yeah,
in
and then the
movie.
movie starts.
And your
Yeah.
suspense. I don't know about you guys. The suspense you feel once you realize
Yeah.
like
The
they've
movie is
done it all,
beginning.
and now there's a lot of time left. Holy God, what could be? And like there's like been it's the first half I would say is like more dark comedy
Yes.
type
Yes.
feel,
Yeah.
but you know something else is coming. So that in and of itself makes it very suspenseful. We were batting around like what would you call this? How would you categorize this movie? I'll settle on dark comedic thriller.
Yeah, that's
That's
100%
really good.
what I would put.
Yeah.
Because you were saying thriller, which I was like, it probably
But
is
it
more
is like
thriller.
And
a-
I looked it up, and it's literally classified as a dark comedy thriller.
Word, dark comedy thriller.
Yeah.
Official. But yeah, I feel like the same. I knew something was going to go down, and but then 30 minutes in, you start to feel comfortable, like because it's very it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like,
And you're rooting for
That's
for
what
these
I'm,
villains.
so that's
yeah.
like the very unsettling thing is like you get halfway through the movie and you're kind of like told that these people are like not bad people but like shady as fuck. Like
Yeah.
they're shady,
They're running a
sketchy,
con.
sort of like scummy people.
Yeah.
But you get to know them. They're funny. Like they really love each other. Like it's a nice family story with like a scummy dynamic to it.
Yeah.
And then you get halfway through the movie and you're like, oh, shit's happening. But like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be, where my like rooting interest is supposed to lie here.
Yeah, I'm going to see it again as soon as I possibly can. I know I've also got to see we've got to see The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
I wanna see
because
that.
this is the year, by the way, folks. Declared it last night on the text chain. This is the year of the uncomfortable movie. Other years have been the year of the Mamma Mia. You know, your
followed
words,
by
not
the year
mine.
of the Mamma Mia 2.
The year of the Mamma Mia 2. Oh, I'll tell you, the year of the Mamma Mia sucked. But then the year of the Mamma Mia 2,
well,
that was a good year.
I mean, that was the year of the Mamma Mia 2 / Paddington 2
Oh.
is just like, it will go
Imagine
down in human history.
both of those movies coming out the same year. We put MoviePass out of business. Because 2 good movies that we liked came out, and we saw each 600 times.
I very late to the game saw Paddington 2 and Happy Death Day 2 brunch recommendations.
Yeah.
And I loved them both. I cried during Paddington 2, and I loved Happy Death Day. It was like the best plane movie of all time.
Did you feel bad about yourself afterwards that you waited so long?
I did. Honestly, I did. And I think subconsciously, I was just in London recently, brag.
You know
but we
that
stayed near
London
Paddington
boy.
Station, and I think maybe subconsciously that's why we picked to stay
There you
in
go.
Paddington.
Did you haven't seen Happy Death Day 2, have you?
No, I heard it's not
Should
as
keep it that
good.
way.
It is not as good because it is the
sucks.
worst movie ever.
Okay.
It is.
It is not the worst movie ever, but it sure does
It's
suck.
unbelievably bad. Like I didn't even feel. I'd have to go back and listen to what we were saying at the time, but in
I remember-
hindsight,
I
I
remember
wasn't
the
even
main-
happy to be seeing like Tree again.
The main sticking point of our Happy Death Day 2 review was
Stop
that
doing parallel universes.
that and also
Yeah.
it just became like a science fiction movie halfway through the movie.
Yeah, I think I like.
Girlfriends are always talking about going to science class.
It's not free anywhere, so I will not watch it.
It is.
Fair enough.
and I won't do it.
But you will see Parasite again because it kicked ass. So basically,
Please see this movie. Like,
yeah. So
go.
It's a South Korean film, and this director is hot. Correct?
Yeah,
Very
Bong
hot.
Bong Joon-hoon. He had a Netflix movie Okja. I knew him, and I think Pete same too, from Snowpiercer.
Yep.
Which Chris Evans was in. Have you seen Snowpiercer?
I've not.
Snowpiercer has a lot of
Snowpiercer. I hardly know her.
Fucking Christ. Snowpiercer has a lot of the same themes as this movie. I guess that like he sticks with a lot of the same themes.
Yeah.
Like, class warfare. Yeah.
So the premise of Snowpiercer is the world, the climate has taken over the world, and the only survivors of humanity are living on a train that goes around the world, and the poor people are in the back. And Chris Evans, one of the poor people, has to fight his way to the front of the train through all the rich elite people, and shit happens.
Yeah.
It is very
It's crazy.
good.
Man.
It's on Netflix now, and it turned into a show. It's like a TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one was an American adaptation.
It's the old,
It was I think he did it in English. I
Right.
think yeah.
But I don't know if it was like adapted from a South Korean
Interesting.
movie or like the source material.
I don't know
I
either.
don't know.
I liked it better the first time when it was called Cold Pursuit.
Fuck off.
That movie sucked.
But yeah.
What?
I did not like that movie.
Oh man!
I think I was expecting like.
Did you not get the joke?
It's like
Maybe not.
it was a Swedish film, and it was the worst movie ever. And then a bunch of Americans were like, "Yo, let's remake this shot for shot."
It
and
is
not do
literally
anything
shot
to
for
make
shot.
it better.
Yeah.
Okay, I never
we
watched
ended
the
up going
Swedish
back
version.
and watching the Swedish one after because we saw the American one and we were like,
What
that
is
movie
this?
was so stupid. Why'd they make that? And then someone tweeted at us and was like, "Yo, watch the Swedish one and you'll understand." And you're watching it and you're like, line for line, everything.
It is the biggest scam in the world. It's a bigger scam than what happens in Parasite, that like some American script writer just copied that movie.
No, it's very. Everybody's in on it.
Right, for sure, but like that guy got to profit from it.
Yeah. The Swedish one stars Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah.
They changed like two things.
I don't even. Yeah, they do in one. A guy
Hits his wife.
A guy
punches
hits his wife, and in the American version, he tries to hit her, and she kicks him in the nuts.
Yes.
Much better
Yes.
outcome.
He straight up clobbers her in the Swedish version, and it's like a real holy shit moment.
Yeah.
I have like almost forgot that I saw that movie, that Cold Pursuit. I thought it was going to be almost a little bit more like ridiculous, and now that I understand like the joke premise of it,
Yeah.
that is very.
It's very funny.
That is very funny now. Oh man.
So what do we love about Parasite? Because I loved the mom in the rich family.
She's great.
Loved her. Loved the sister in the poor family.
Yep.
I
I mean, all the
Everyone's
acting
great.
jobs
Yeah.
were great.
I found it funny that poor person smell was such a major part of the
plot,
movie.
yeah.
And ultimately what ends up really making everything go down. That a
Yeah.
guy makes a face that he smells a poor guy.
Yep. Everything was just like done masterfully. Like it looks
Yeah.
beautiful. The music is great and
Yes.
suspenseful. It's in Korean, so it's subtitled. Like that wasn't a distraction at all. The dialogue still works in English. And the twist, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it fucked me up. I was like,
Yeah, and
shit.
it's one of those movies where like it's not like in a bubble, and it's not like super I don't know what you want to call it, but like it feels like it because a lot of it takes place in that.
Contained.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it seems very contained because so much of it happens in that one house.
Yep.
And so like I liked that aspect of it, and especially because it like the longer that you spend in the house, the more like unsettling it is, and I feel like that was a conscious decision that happened because it's supposed to feel more and more unsettling as the movie goes along. But I mean, there were so many things that I liked about it, just because like it's very funny, it's massively
very funny.
massively shot. The acting is great, and also like the commentary is really strong.
Mm-hmm. I've been reading a lot about it because now I'm like obsessed with it, and all I can think about. And
Yeah.
both houses, the poor house and the rich house, were sets. They weren't actual
Yes,
houses.
I did
so
see that.
They built both of those, and like, and now it makes sense, like perfect. And I've been reading a lot about Bong Joon-ho, and he storyboarded everything. And the first thing he storyboarded was, I won't spoil it, but when the housekeeper rings on the doorbell and she goes downstairs. And when she's trying to push the thing, and she's kind of like sideways, like against the wall, like trying to push the. She goes to the basement.
Oh yeah,
and she's sideways trying to push the thing. That was the first thing he storyboarded, and from there, like the whole story kind of sprawled from that.
Yeah, amazing. Where do you? I would say that this is number one for me so far this year. Yeah, this hasn't been an unbelievable movie year for me. I haven't had my socks knocked off frequently. I liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, loved Midsommar. I would probably say that best is this, Midsommar number 2, and then I have to think about the order that I put the rest in so far. But things are supposedly coming out. Again, it's the year of the uncomfortable movie. The Lighthouse, they say, is dope
Super
as hell.
weird.
So I got to see that.
Yeah, I don't know where I mean, I think it's easily top 3. For me, and I think that this is one of those movies that's gonna sort of probably keep rising, just based off of like I'm assuming that there's like a ton of hidden detail in this movie, and like there's gonna be stuff that continues to come out, and you're like,
this
wow,
is going to have
a
hell of a Reddit.
It's gonna be like a
subreddit.
It's gonna be like Get Out when Get Out came in,
and it's definitely a discussion driver, and I love that. So I would say. Maybe 2, 3. I still really fucking love The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
That was my favorite movie of the year. Heading into Parasite, I think maybe it's like a 1-2 situation right now.
And then like The Kitchen 3.
Yes, for sure.
I loved this movie. I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and maybe rounding up my top 3 of favorite movies, and I know I have a lot of work to go, is Booksmart, a movie which I loved a lot and think about often. So I would put and there were a ton of at super fun time watching John Wick 3, and there were some great fun movies, and Avengers. I think that came out this year, right? I don't even remember.
Avengers,
probably,
yeah. It did, yeah.
Once a month.
Yeah, seriously. But Parasite is certainly in the top 2 with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think, and then I think it's finally Oscar season, and now it's starting to happen.
Well, more importantly, it's Knives Out season.
Yes.
I already bought my ticket.
Did you
yesterday
really?
Yesterday when I was going to Parasite, I was getting my little sessions, and the kid that was working there had an AMC Knives Out shirt. It said Knives Out in the front and then AMC on the sleeve. And I was dropping some heavy is there more where that came from that he wasn't picking up on. But the whole movie during Parasite, I was like, I should have just said
can I buy
yo, if I give you $20, can you make one of those appear? Because clearly they sent in a box of those things.
Right.
And then after I went online and looked up Knives Out merch and couldn't find any. I don't know if they're waiting until the movie comes out, but
I feel like movie merch isn't as hot as it should be.
No,
you're right. When I worked at the movie theater, it was just pins. We didn't get cool shirts. It was pins. I got a Fight Club pin and a Mystery Men pin, but no cool shirts.
Mystery Men pin. That's not bad.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Now.
Yeah.
You're an all-star.
What was I going to say? Parasite has a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. As far as critics,
I'm
okay with that.
93 for audience score.
Yeah, I think that it should be 90
it should be
enough
higher
from
than
everybody.
93 in terms of audience score. It should be a 95.
Yeah, what problem are people having with it?
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things that's a victim of its own success. I
you know what? A coworker told me that actually. He was he told me that exact same thing. He was like, I saw Parasite, but it had been so hyped by the time I saw it that it was a great movie, but great wasn't good enough for what I was expecting, and I was like, fuck, that stinks.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what people tell us about it, if we hype them up enough to go see it soon. And I've been doing that at work and to friends, and I'm really curious to know their opinions, because I feel like it was hype. I mean, it won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, the best movie at Cannes, and it lived up to the hype for me. So I'm curious
Yeah.
now that like the American hype, now it's out everywhere. You can see it. Like, what
Well,
is
it
gonna
though?
Like?
Because I know that a lot of people have been saying that like it's not playing near me.
Right. Like when I tweeted that I saw it, like all the responses were,
Like, where?
where can I see it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very few
I'm not
places.
I feel like that might hurt it as well because you have to try harder and you have to put in more effort to go find it, and that
That's
sort of
true.
raises expectations.
But again, if there's the word of mouth, if there's like the hey, do what you can to see this movie, it's worth seeing, then you got to do it.
Yeah.
right, but again, that continues to raise the bar.
I just hope it doesn't fall victim to the thing that totally exists
Yeah.
these days. One of the reasons that 2019 sucks, where people say something's good and everybody agrees it's good,
There has
and
to
then
be pushback.
people start saying, "Oh wait, let me guess. You're one of those people that thought this was good because everyone said it was good. You're one of those people. I bet you liked La La Land too." Oh no, I didn't like La La Land because La La Land was so terrible. Oh wait, La La Land ruled, and we all saw it and liked it, and then everybody had to be like
At
a
some
cool
point,
kid on the
yeah.
internet and point out like, actually, La La Land's not as good as you're making it out to be. So if you think that La La Land is good, you're basic. Like, how the fuck does that compute? You see a good movie and you say you like it. Everybody else says that it's a good movie. Are you like bad people? Are you stupid? Are you shallow? No, get out of here.
You sound like Tim Robinson, and I think you should leave. Like just going on a rant about society today while you're trying to steal
I know
tea
these
dress
names better than I know my own grandma.
X2.
Parasite, though, I mean, you asked me yesterday, like Oscar, is it going to
right.
be Oscar? I mean, it's for sure going to be up and will probably win Best Foreign Film.
Yeah, so
Better.
it's the only. I'm telling you guys, I'm obsessed with this movie, and I've like dove in. So South Korea has submitted it to the best international film at the Oscars, but no South Korean movie has ever been nominated for like best Oscar, best screenplay, best any of the other awards. So people are thinking potentially director, screenplay. You never know with Best Picture because there's so
Yeah.
many now. It
I mean,
might
if
be the
Roma
cool pick.
got in last year, but last year was a tough.
Last year was a tough one. This
Yeah.
year is stacked, I feel
Yeah.
like. I mean, we still have like The Irishman's coming out, and
Yeah.
that's supposed to be like lives up to the hype as well.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if did I say that before we started recording, but I feel like last year was a really great year for very fun popcorn movies and
Yep.
movies that like are just like you sit down, you have a great time, you love it. But not great for prestige movies, and like you saw that in Oscar seasons, you're like, ugh. Some of these movies have been fucking nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
And this year, I feel like it's almost the complete opposite, where there are a lot of prestige movies coming out, and there haven't been too many fun movies.
I agree, and I think we're gonna get our patience is gonna be rewarded like soon. Like this movie, Lighthouse,
Knives Out.
Irishman, all these movies are apparently like the screeners are starting, the critics are starting to see them, and they're like, yeah,
I can't
they're
believe
legit.
how high The Irishman's coming in early on.
Yeah.
just based off of like how hyped it's been, and like obviously the cast and Scorsese, like you set the bar really high for that.
Yeah.
People are not disappointed. And when we talk about the best foreign film at the Oscars, there's a story that came out this week that I thought was very funny, but also like not that funny, but like just funny in my twisted sense of humor. But like there was a movie from Nigeria that was they tried to put it up for best foreign film, and it was rejected by the Academy because it had too much English dialogue.
Interesting.
But English is the official language of Nigeria.
Really?
So I thought that was very fucking funny.
So, like, foreign film, does that need to mean foreign language?
Yeah, they've changed it this year to best international film, so it doesn't need to be foreign. Like Canada and England can submit.
So then what are we doing here? What
Exactly.
a bunch of haters. I'm pissed. I just looked up, I just looked for a Parasite subreddit, and it doesn't exist.
Really?
No. And let me tell you, Chaboy was living in the Midsommar subreddit.
I've just now gone deep in the Watchmen Reddit, and I love a good like deep Reddit thread. Have you guys watched Watchmen on HBO
Yes.
yet?
Yeah.
It's
No.
sick.
You know what subreddit you should follow though that I've really been getting into is movie circle jerk,
What's that?
which is basically
Not off to a good start.
it sounds
A little
dumb and it
sophomoric,
is very
yeah.
dumb, but it is just like all movie shit posting. It's basically stuff
nice.
that like jokes that you would see on Twitter about movies, but they're just subreddit posts.
So it's just like a Reddit of Midsommar 2019.
basically, yes.
You found the source.
Yes.
Nice.
Have you seen Hereditary?
No, but I read the
Okay.
Wikipedia
Have you seen
page.
Hereditary? No.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not.
Damn.
But I
Did you read the Wikipedia page?
I think I did actually.
It's a scary one.
but I forget it.
So there's like a scene in Hereditary where like there's like the girl of the family, she like sticks her head out the window to get like air and stuff, and she hits a sign on the side of the road, and she literally gets decapitated, and it's the fucking most horrifying scene in Hereditary. And so like to give you an idea of what movie Circle Jerk is, I saw a screenshot today on movie Circle Jerk, and it was Kevin McAllister sticking his head out the window in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, and basically like a dog in the wind, and it just said Hereditary 2018.
Oh, God.
And it was, I laughed so fucking hard.
seeing Hereditary, I would need like once upon a time someone was trying to tell me that I would be able to do acid because they were like, it'd be okay. We'd be in a room and you'd be with me and it would be okay, and like I gotcha and it would be okay. And I was like, but then what if I was on drugs
Yeah.
and like found a way out, or like, well, like absolutely not. That's how I would need to see Hereditary. I would need to have like a loved one basically like giving me a bear hug the entire time.
Dude, that's how I watched Happy Death Day. I watched it on a plane because I was like, it's loud enough where I won't get spooked. Like, no noise is going to spook me. It potentially is lightly edited, and there's so many other places I can like look away. This screen is so small. That's how I would need to see Hereditary. Actually, I might never see
That is
Hereditary.
a great segue because Happy Death Day is a PG-13 horror movie, and I saw one of those this weekend. I was at opening day of Countdown, which Jeff was like, oh, when you guys saw that movie? I feel like PG-13 horror movies have a space in this podcast's world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, although I think, I don't know, PG-13 horror movies and just bad horror movies. Like, I can't remember if Would You Rather was probably R. Bevins was doing some pretty shocking stuff.
What was the one that we just saw, the hide and seek one?
Hide and Seek had to have been.
Was that what it was
Oh,
called?
you know what? It might have been.
I think there was a movie called that.
No. It was Hide and Seek was the game, but the movie was called Ready or Not.
Ready or Not, that's right.
I
That was
remember-
rated R, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
let's see. Ready or Not movie. I think it was because she swore a lot. She kept saying like, "Oh, this fucking
Yeah.
family." I'm like, "This is why you made this movie."
I feel like
R?
our real niche is horror movies that are PG-13 but really, really badly want to be rated R, but they don't have the balls to do it.
Right. Okay. So saw Countdown, and it is a PG-13 horror movie about an app that tells you when you're going to die. Now, I'll say they actually do have an app out now called Countdown that like probably as part of the promotion for this movie.
Oh boy.
I would have to be crazy to consider putting
I'll
that on my
download it
phone.
right
Why-
now.
Don't.
Why not?
Just like
This is how the movie starts.
it gives me the really right. Like, dude, this is
I haven't seen the movie. It doesn't affect me.
what is it? I bet. So here's what I'm guessing.
I'm going to
So
download it right now on the show.
Cool, do it. It's got a little timer. It says like day, like years, days, hours, whatever. I would guess that this promotional version of this app
Yep.
doesn't do anything under like 80 years, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't have the balls. To
Are
do
you
that.
sure?
That would be-
I doubt. I mean, I bet they do.
Unless when you sign up, it's like,
Because
yo,
nobody's going to
where
share
am I?
that shit if it's like in 70 years you're going to die.
Is that thing downloaded yet?
It's downloading. And guess what? The tagline is death. There's an app for that. Is that
yes,
the movie tagline?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
great.
that was. So
You know the classic tagline that everyone knew 10 years ago?
There's
They were
there's an
we
app
gotta
for
make
that.
this. Yeah.
So this app exists, and these high schoolers are at a party, and it also had it has like scary alert sounds. I don't.
It's pulsing. My phone is pulsing. I just opened it, and it's literally just the the license agreement, and now
Yeah,
it's
that's
pulsing.
a big part of it. What does the license agreement say? Because that's a big part of this movie.
I mean, it's long as shit.
right. Let me see what. Let me skim it to see if it hits on any of the stuff that.
I'm now
ends up
getting
being
too
important.
scared to like even.
Yeah, this is getting
So am I.
unsettling.
Like, I hate this. Let's see.
Do you feel my phone
Each license
pulsing,
maybe
though?
on one. Yeah. Use the countdown. Yeah. Let's see. User agreement. Your license get a limited number of license purchase. You shall not. Yeah. Distribution.
So let me guess. A big part of the movie is that the people don't read the licensing agreement and they get fucked by it.
Big part of that limitation
wow,
of
big shock.
responsibility. LLC
It's like the
software.
South Park episode where they do the
Okay,
human
so
centipede.
this doesn't have.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't have the part of so.
So this is just like a legitimate licensing agreement?
So you're
That's
going.
lame.
So, but you're gonna hear soon why the licensing.
Your
agreement-
countdown is ready. Do you accept your fate?
Oh, what is it gonna
I'm
say?
going to click yes. And here we go. If this is a jump scare,
It's
I'm
gonna
going
be
to
like-
punch somebody in the face. All right.
Oh, even the app logo is just.
Ooh,
give me the-
18 years. I only got 18
That's
years.
kind of mean.
Yeah, man. I told you. 18 years, 250 days, 19 hours. So,
That's fucked. I don't like that.
how old am I?
I don't like that you did that and that you're on it and everything. But
Me neither.
So, I would be
I
46
think that
years
I
old.
think that this app they just like Google like global warming and then
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, just make it any time within like the next 20 years or something.
No one will remember this app.
right.
But,
So
yeah, if anybody wants to clip this from the podcast and save it for later, in case did somebody just turn on?
Yeah, it's flashing.
The fuck is going on?
wait, yeah, it is
Yeah,
flashing.
my camera and shit is turning on. What is going on here?
I'm like looking around the apartment, seeing what could fall right now.
I absolutely hate this.
yeah,
so-
this is like a very uneasy feeling.
Clip the podcast, and if I die when I'm 46 years old,
And I'll tell you, this movie was scary.
this
Was
shit
it scary?
My phone is like pulsing, and the light is turning on. See, hold this.
I don't
You
wanna
accepted
touch
your
it.
face.
I don't want to touch it. I'm not touching it.
Oh my god! See if you can delete the app because
I'm
that's a
gonna
big
delete
part of it.
Oh, really? You just can't delete it? Oh, motherfucker!
What?
Maybe I just don't know how to work my phone. Oh no, you can delete it. Okay, yeah, you can delete it.
Now I feel like in like 2 minutes you're gonna get like the alert from the phone. You're like, oh, but I deleted it because that would happen in that movie. That movie was fucking scary, bro. So they were these teenagers are at a party, and someone says like, hey, there's this new app that says when you're gonna die, let's all get it, and whoever's gonna die first has to drink all the drinks on this table. So they download it, and they're like, 70 years, 80 years, 50 years, cool, all right. And then this one girl's very quiet, and they're like, what's wrong with her? Why is she looking at her phone all upset after we just all downloaded something that says when we're going to die? And she's like, it says I'm going to die in 3 hours. And they're like, oh, so you got to drink. So she's got to drink all these drinks, and her boyfriend, chivalrous guy as he is, says, don't worry, babe, I'll drink all of them. So flash forward to 2.5 hours later when they're getting in the car for that boyfriend to drive them
home?
home
Oh, no.
because he
What?
drank all those drinks. She's like, wait, you shouldn't drink. You shouldn't be driving. And he's like, oh, the whole stupid thing. I drive better when I'm drunk, babe. Oh, come on.
Jesus.
So she gets out of the car and she's like, I'm walking home. And as she's walking home, she gets an alert on her phone from Countdown. It says, user agreement broken. And then as she's walking home, she starts seeing some shit. There's some stuff behind her. There's some stuff in the bushes. There's like, you're seeing shit and it's very unsettling. You're not liking it. You're thinking, I fucking hate this movie. Too scary already. And she gets home and she's looking at her phone and like it's counting down. It's like 10 seconds or whatever. And then there are like these like demons in there and stuff, and it's freaking her out. And then eventually one of the demons starts throwing her all around, whipping her all around the bathroom, hey, banging their heads off the walls. Quite Nightmare on Elm Street, actually,
Yes.
where she just kind of being thrown around, hits her head in the ceiling,
Can you see them?
falls down, bloody, and the phone's reading 0 countdown. This is the movie.
I hate this. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
So, cut to boyfriend in the crashed car with a tree through the passenger seat. She was supposed to die there. she broke the agreement. And now to people who are going to be like, isn't this like Final Destination? Every horror movie ever is like Final Destination. Final Destination was like the 800th movie to do the Final Destination thing. Yeah. So let's relax with the Final Fantasy stuff. So the next day, he's supposed to be in surgery. He's about to go into surgery in like an hour. He's sitting there all nervous. Nurse comes over. Hey, drunk driver with the dead girlfriend. What are you so blue about? And he's looking at the app and he says, it knew that she was supposed to die last night. And then she died. And the app says that I'm supposed to die during this surgery.
Ooh.
And she's like, yo, man, you're being an idiot. Just like when you were driving drunk last night trying to get your girlfriend killed. Just go into the surgery. You'll be fine. It's just a stupid app. She goes out, tells everybody at the hospital, hey, drunky McDummy over here is crying, being a real wimp over this app. What app? Let's all download it. Everybody's getting those 60 years, 50 years, blah, blah. The nurse, gonna die in 3 days. So now she's a little worried about it. Goes to check on the guy. He dipped out. He's skipping surgery. Cut to him in the stairwell, getting an alert on his phone. User agreement broken. Same shit. Demons throwing him all around. Falls down the stairs. This one was kind of a cool death. The phone falls out of his hands, falls all the way down the stairwell. Phone lands, and as it's counting down, body lands on it. He's dead. God. Now the nurse is thinking, uh-oh, there's something to this app. She's pretty scared, and also is working at a hospital with a doctor who is like very inappropriate, rapey as fuck, doing the whole like I'm gonna write you a good recommendation stuff.
It's the old horrible bosses routine.
Just like awful. Except why was that like? Why were people laughing at that when Jennifer Aniston was doing it? They're like, it's just a woman sexually harassing a guy. It's like, no, like sexual harassment's bad. No, it's Jennifer Aniston. Relax, everybody.
Look how hot she is.
Well, and within the contract of that movie, like Charlie Day's character is like, this is terrible. Like this is bad things happening to me. Like I can't go to work. Like I'm worried for my family and everything. And everybody in the movie is like, oh, dude, she's a major babe. Yeah. She's so horrifying. Although that's a pretty like woke commentary for that movie. No.
Yeah, I mean it's like when people are like when teachers get fired for having sex with like kids, like if it's a guy, people are like, hell yeah, man. Could you imagine like if it was like a creepy old math teacher and like a 13-year-old girl, like it's just fucked up no matter what. Like it's not like a cool thing because the teacher is a woman.
Oh, horrifying. So she's got all this stuff to deal with, right? She's got this doctor trying to make advances on her. She's got an app up her ass telling her
she's gonna die.
Just an app, gonna die in 3 days. Getting these constant reminders. So she goes home and she was making plans to go visit her mom's funeral or gravesite with her family in a couple of days, and then she realizes, wait a second, this lines up with when I'm supposed to die. So she's sitting on her phone, she's on her laptop, calls her dad, says, hey dad, turns out I'm gonna have to work, won't be able to make it. Closes the phone,
demons.
User agreement broken, closes the laptop to go to bed. And when she closes the laptop, huge jump scare of a demon. It was the fucking worst. I was so pissed. And then she's getting all these demons left and right. And now she's getting days of this. This isn't like these other clowns who were skipping out by like 45 minutes. She's getting days of this. And it sucks. So she goes to a phone...
Wait, they fuck with her until her time comes?
Yes. Once you break the agreement, you are getting demons.
Dude, you got 18 years of this shit.
Don't break your agreement. Don't change any plan that you're supposed to have for the next 18 years. So she's getting demons, stuff messing with her mind, scary stuff, jump scares, hating it. She goes to a phone repair shop that is run by Tom Segura. You know that guy?
I think so,
yes.
yeah.
I feel like I've seen him in everything. And then I looked up what's he in, and I've never seen any of the things he's in. But he's like you'd know him if he's.
I know who he is.
Yeah. So he's the phone repair guy. She's like, hey, can't get this app off my phone. Been trying to delete it. And he's like, well, don't you know how to use the phone? A lot of back and forth.
Like,
he's a bit of a
boomer.
Right, total okay boomer stuff. Although before he sasses the hell out of a woman that's in front of her in line, and she's so mean. She's so mean to him, and he's so mean to her. And she's like, "You just lost me. You just lost a customer." And he goes, "Oh no, do you think I'm going to be able to find another one next?" And I'm like, "Yo, this is a pretty cool cell phone repair guy." So she's like, "I need this phone out of the picture. Got to get rid of the phone." To your point about the
Sarah Marshall.
Marshall thing, I don't know if it was on or off the podcast you mentioned. This
is the same plot that Russell Brand makes fun of Kristen Bell and forgetting Sarah Marshall for being in a terrible movie where a
just
phone
take the
is trying
battery
to
out of the
yeah,
phone.
like you're done.
Right.
Movie over.
She she gets a whole new phone, and as she's walking out, gets a little alert like countdown installed. She's all pissed off. She's runs back up. Hey, why is this on my phone? I don't know. Blah, blah. She runs out. She's freaking out. A guy who had frantically come in the store behind her comes out and is like, yo, is this about that countdown app? Suddenly she's got a buddy. He also broke his agreement. He's been seeing demons left and right. They are having a terrible time. Now, she's attractive. He's attractive.
Oh, guess what happens?
So you're thinking maybe they're going to have a little something going on. So they're figuring out what can we do. They go to
This has to have a happy ending, or I'm going to have a panic attack.
They go to a. It's got a crazy ending.
I just realized that I'm getting on a plane in a couple days.
Yeah.
If I had downloaded that thing and it was like 2 days, I might have had to cancel my fucking trip. You know how fucking stressed I would have been?
User agreement.
Point of the movie, though. You can't.
I would have had to.
I'll get to what sets up what you just said. So they go to this like stoner priest comic book guy played by PJ Byrne. But he's a priest, and his name is Father John.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Just the kind of guy you want to see to save your life. And he's like, yo, this sounds like, what you're telling me sounds like the story of blah, 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 blah. And it was an old story where a guy was, a knight was told when he was going to die, and the deal was, I'm going to tell you when you're going to die, because he needed to know whether or not he was going to die in an upcoming fight or something. We'll tell you when you're going to die, but you have to go through with your life as you were planning on living it. And if you don't, then this spell that I just cast or whatever becomes a curse. And now this demon's going to come, and he's going to torment you until you die. So they're like, shit. This explains the demons. So it's a whole demon thing. So that's why you couldn't do it. You couldn't skip out on your flight, because then you're going to get the demon. So is it better to...
It's the old butterfly effect situation.
Is it better to... Kind of. Is it better to just die in the plane crash, or to get tormented and have all these awful things happen in the meantime? So they go to the phone repair guy, give him their credit cards, because he's got a Tinder date, and he doesn't want to be 15 minutes late, and they say, hey, we're going to give you thousands worth of our credit cards to impress your Tinder date. You've got to hack into this app and change our times. So he does it, changes it, updates it, whatever. They then spend the night together, sleeping on the bed and the floor. They're just a little scared. They're not getting romantic quite yet.
Okay.
And then she finds out her sister had downloaded the app and had the same death time as her. Something was going to happen when they were visiting that dead mom of theirs. Mm-hmm. And so when they go to check on her, and it's a whole thing, now there's 3 of them, and the demons are back for them. The app said, hey, nice try, tough guy. Also, in a post-credit scene, they kill that Tom Segura guy for doing that. It's
Oh,
a kind of
really?
cool. It's a kind of cool thing. So they go back to.
I like that Tom Segura plays like the genius who's able to hack into a fucking phone and change around the app.
They go back to Father John, and he's got some solution where if they put a bunch of salt around, the demon won't be able to come in, and the demon is going to catch on fire or something. What? I don't know. Very much like the science parallel universe thing, where when they're like, "Oh, well, there's this rule," you're just like, "Okay, sure."
like a lazy
I don't know.
out.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. So they go to do that. The guy is stupid. One of the demons is his dead brother. He gets tricked, walks outside of the circle, and he dies. So now it's just two of them, and they know. Man, we got to break this spell somehow. Dawns on the nurse girl, what if one of us dies before we're supposed to die? Then this whole app is full of shit, and it's all broken. So, which one of us is going to have to die? Let's pick the guy at the hospital that we hate. Let's go kill that guy. So they go to the hospital. She tries to kill this guy who, I mean, like, he's bad. This guy sucks. Like, the world is a better place without this guy. But, I mean, she's
Still murder.
She's going around, like, trying to murder him.
Yeah.
And she does the, like, she starts to come on to him and everything, and he's like, nice try. I'm not buying it. Then I think he starts calling her, like, a bitch and stuff, and the viewer is like, okay, kill this fucking guy. This guy sucks. She isn't able to do it. And
like because she just can't bring herself to do it.
No, she tries to. I think he gets away.
Okay.
She, like he ends
an important
up
distinction.
He ends up hitting her with something. Like again, like starts like dropping some really terrible language. By the end of this movie, you're really rooting for. Like I don't even care about this app anymore. It's just like this guy needs to go kill this guy. He gets away. They aren't able to kill him in time. And in the final seconds before her little sister is going to die because her little sister is supposed to die like 30 seconds before her.
Okay.
She takes all this morphine that she had that she was planning on killing the other guy with and injects it into herself. The demon comes to kill the sister, but the main character is dying. Her soul's coming out of her body, it's flying up, beats the demon, and the demon dies and the curse is broken and everything's okay. The girl goes to check on her sister. Her sister left a wrote on her arm, like a little circle and a target, like inject me with this stuff here. She'd left some stuff out for her to be brought back to life. They inject her. She injects her with it. The girl comes back to life, Stevie Ray Vaughan style, and I think that's it. That's then defeated. They only those two girls ended up living. Their mom is still dead, and the dad is okay. And there's a post-credit scene where the guy's out to dinner with his date, and the app's like, yo, you pulled some shit, and then he dies.
The end.
The end. Amen.
You know, that sounds like a terrible ending.
I know. Like
it was a bit of a cop-out ending.
Yeah.
You're like, when she was doing like her death, I was like, she better die. That's good. This better be a real death. Yeah. And then you see the cop out.
John Mulaney has this like bit where he's like, movies cost like $100 million, but like, wouldn't you pay $10 to just like look at what $100 million?
Yes. Yeah.
I would much rather like pay to just see like what
are we doing?
By
the way, that movie definitely did not cost $100 million.
No, probably. But I bet it costs.
I don't know how much a demon runs these days.
I bet it costs like
they used a bunch of those.
$32 million.
I bet it costs like.
Let's look.
I bet it costs like $11 million.
I'm guessing.
They also had to make an app.
That's true.
Or is this all like reverse viral? Is this cheaper? Published
all those like PG-13 movies cost between like $8 and $15 million.
I would still pay $10 to see $15 million.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say like I've never seen $8 million in my life.
Budget? So. What did we say?
I said $11 million.
32.
6.5.
See, I told you, man.
Nice. That's like David Pasternak. That's the only thing that makes less money than David Pasternak.
That's less than David Pasternak.
And he has killed more people than that movie.
Wouldn't that be fucking amazing if we found out that he was the sole financier of Countdown? He took one year's salary to make a horror movie.
It was so here was my biggest issue with that movie. I mean, it was bad, but I've seen the Escape Room and like all
Truth
these
or
movies,
Dare.
Truth or Dare, The Bye Bye Man, all these movies that like going
Escape
into
Room wasn't that bad. Let's relax here.
It wasn't terrible, but like you go into these movies knowing like this isn't going to be
This
a
is
good movie.
shit.
I'm just going to. This is just like a weird itch that I have that I like to see bad, occasionally rated R, but mostly rated PG-13 movies. This movie was pretty scary at points.
It sounds scary.
And like I was scared for a lot of the movie, and I feel user agreement broken. When I see PG-13 on a horror movie, there's got to be some sort of like PG-13 horror movie should be like Thunder Mountain Railroad, where Thunder Mountain Railroad is it a roller coaster?
It's a roller coaster, yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
It's like
sure,
a
you wimp.
training wheels
Yeah.
roller coaster.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a real roller coaster. Yeah, that's a roller coaster. But like when you're with some real coaster heads, they're like, yeah, we know that that's not a real roller coaster. That's what a PG-13 horror movie should be. It should like have elements of horror movies, but not the scary part.
Right, it has the bumpers up.
Was any part of it like fun? Like when you were at the party in the beginning before everyone's downloading the app, was that like fun? Like I feel like
I'll
stuff
tell
should
you,
be fun.
the Rotten Tomato scores.
Oh, how's it doing on Rotten Tomatoes?
Not a lot of people having fun at this
what
movie.
what do we got?
A solid 30% on this one.
Let's read what some of the people are saying about it.
It's labeled a teen thriller.
Yo, so wait,
That's
so
never
it says,
a good idea.
Oh, so it says, hold on, it's rated PG-13 for terror, violence, and bloody images. So you can rate something for like it's scary.
Terror is like a fucking
Terror
that is
is-
a word that is
Yeah.
should probably not be used for horror movies.
Before
No, well,
Parasite,
I
I
mean,
was judging the
terror,
ratings.
terrorism is the act of like intimidating people
Yeah,
by doing terrible
psychological shit.
things. Yeah. An abject failure whose only virtue is its utter forgettability. I hate sentences like that. That person probably uses the word inherent a lot.
You know what most movies are?
What?
Forgettable.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like 100 movies this year, and I can name like 8 of them off the top
Yeah,
of my
I
head
was just
right
thinking
now.
that myself. I was like, what did I see? Oh, I don't know.
Ooh, how about this one? Forget cheating death. In Countdown, it's the audience that really gets cheated. Cool.
Nice.
Crudely uninteresting, the kind of horror film that demonstrates nothing but contempt for horror fans. So then that's something that would make me want to see it. It demonstrates contempt for horror fans. Like I want a horror movie that's going Game of Thrones and pissing on me.
We got
that cold
a one-liner from a guy from Maine here. Alan Adams says, "We can only hope that this is the final countdown."
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. Not bad.
That's pretty good. But when you asked, is there anything enjoyable about it? The scene with Tom Segura being an asshole to the woman trying to get her phone fixed. There is a bit of OK Boomer to it where he asks like, "What are you using your phone for?" And she's like, "Well, I mainly use it for Facebook and texting." And he does a like,
Cool.
Of course.
"Oh, you got the most brilliant technology in your hand, and you're using it to keep up with the fucking like macaroni recipe." And I didn't know what I still until yesterday I didn't know what OK Boomer meant. You guys have used it with me. Like
Yeah.
I've heard it said before a million times. I didn't know
That's
if there
not
was like
OK
a Boomer
Boomer, though.
Esiason thing.
Yeah, you're like me trying to understand toxic masculinity.
No, you would say OK Boomer back to this guy.
no, because he's
young.
he has like a young mind.
OK Boomer means you're saying somebody is like
OK
millennial
Boomer-
shaming, and you say back to them OK Boomer. No.
No, OK Boomer is more like old man yells at cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that is.
But wait, is Tom
Not
Segura
because
young or
Tom
old?
Segura is like appreciating technology, so that
Right,
doesn't
no,
really
but he's
work.
shitting on it. He's shitting on like, oh, let me guess, you text all day.
No, he might be okay boomering.
I understand though, like technology makes it a gray area because if you even know what technology is, then maybe you don't qualify as a boomer.
Yeah, like,
But
if he had a house,
it sounds like he's trying to like shame the woman for not using technology appropriately and not maximizing it. So that's not a boomer thing.
He's doing what boomers hate that millennials do.
Yes, yeah.
What boomers hate that millennials do is like being like, oh, you don't know how to use...
shaming them. Yeah.
I mostly like that. I'm okay with the okay boomer thing. I think that generally, I've been tweeting a lot less these days, and I see people get into fights on Twitter and stuff, and I know that's been me so many times in my life, and I'm like, it is so not worth it and so not healthy to do. But when I see people going at boomers and being like, okay, boomer, I'm like, you know what? You guys have this coming. You've been assholes for absolutely no reason.
Yep.
And I also love it because it's just like the millennials version of get off my lawn. It's like get off my internet.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the Facebook group where people pretend to talk like boomers on Facebook?
It's so fucking funny.
If you really want to see like what boomers are up to on Facebook, join your town's Facebook page.
Yes.
And that is basically a main line into boomerism.
It's awesome. I disagree with you though on the argument that like there needs to be a cap on how scary PG-13 movies are. Obviously, like it can't be like super duper horrifying or. Like,
I'm not talking about horror. I'm not talking about like what you see and the blood and stuff. Like if it's like super suspenseful the entire time and there are jump scares, I'm like, hey. I'm trying to be 13 years old here.
Man.
Please.
I disagree. Because
save it for the horror movie.
When I was
save it for the R.
When I was in middle school, man.
Right. I don't got a parent with me.
That's who those movies are fucking made for, though. Yeah. Because, like, when I was in middle school, I lived to be scared shit scared out of me by these movies. That, like, you're in middle school, you don't give a shit about, like, cinema or film. You're not watching these movies being like, well, the technical aspects in the commentary is great.
I was the
You're
same
just
way,
like,
but
scare
then,
my fucking pants off
I
at
was
this
the
sleepover.
same way, but then at some point you become an adult and
you
don't like being scared.
Stop going to those movies and you keep going.
But adults still go to R-rated movies, like R-rated horror movies.
Yeah.
So shouldn't those be the ones that are super scary? And the PG-13 ones should be the ones that are like, there's an understanding that this is like the light beer.
No, but if you can handle the R-rated ones, then why are you like offended that the PG-13
No,
ones
if I
exist?
go into the R-rated ones, I know what I'm doing. If I go into the PG-13 one, I want some tamed down, like, I can look away for a little bit. I can check my phone kind of vibes.
No, Pete's right here, DJ. Like, they make it PG-13 so people, like 14-year-olds, can go see it.
Yeah.
Not
so it's
because
like
it's
accessible.
Not because it's like of this scared level for a 13-year-old. Like
DJ just feels bamboozled.
I understand that. I understand that's the way it is. I'm saying this is the way that it should be. There should be some sort of rating where, like, again, like, from the people who recommended Happy Death Day. Like, when like a PG-13 horror movie, I want Happy Death Day. Not scary at all, but it's got a horror movie feel.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like, you want to be part of it.
What the fuck was fun about all these demons? Do you tell me that, Jeff?
I am trying to wrap my head around the demons. I'm in the weeds with all the demons. When you said there were demons actually involved, it made me way more scared.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just want phones, like, attacking people.
It should
Make
say
it ridiculous.
rated R for use of demons.
Demons.
You wanna make it PG-13, you keep those demons out of there.
Ooh. Here's a review from Roxana Haddad from the Chesapeake Family Magazine. That's always a good person, good publication you want reviewing horror movies.
Yep.
The constant loud noises and jump scares of Countdown are only enjoyable for truly novice horror watchers.
Wait, say that again?
The constant loud noises and jump scares of Countdown are only enjoyable for truly novice horror watchers. So that's my argument, that's who is going to see those movies.
Yes, and they don't want to make it R-rated.
But I said, oh, okay, I hear what you're saying. Because I was like, I did not enjoy those.
Right.
So what am I, a fucking horror vet?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I've
seen enough of them, but I see like all the same kind of level ones.
Yeah.
I've seen Scream.
But you're not a fucking like 12-year-old.
PG-13, Pete. 13.
Sorry, I was a bad boy. I was seeing this shit way before I was supposed to.
Damn, man.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I fucking lived in the R theaters.
I was a big movie theater sneaking in person for like the bulk
Really?
of my 20s. Yeah, what I started by I'd go to the electronic ticket machines and buy senior citizen tickets because they were like $5.
Yeah.
And no one checks them. And then I just started like fucking getting wild and seeing like 3 movies at a time. And
I've only done it once.
I've never done that.
I've only
buy
done it-
one ticket and see a couple.
I've only done that once, I believe. And I only stayed in the theater for like 10 minutes. I went to see a movie. I got out. Mamma Mia 2 was playing next
that's
door.
right.
I opened the door to see at what part it was, and I noticed that the
Boats were coming?
The boats were coming soon. So you know what? I plopped myself in a seat. I stayed for the final 15 minutes of the movie, and that was the best part of my night.
You know what I rewatched the other day? I had to buy it, but it was so worth it. Sing Street.
Ooh,
I
hell yeah!
would love to rewatch Sing Street.
Best
Wait, it's not
movie.
on Netflix anymore?
No. Jeff Lowe was asking about like what are the most underrated, underappreciated movies of the decade, and in true Twitter fashion, you yell out your 3 answers or whatever, and then
Sit
a couple
with it for
days
the rest of
later,
the
you're
day.
like, ah, shit. Like Sing Street would probably be at the top of my list.
Yeah, it's
and
such a
also
good
I would
movie.
say that Chef probably shouldn't qualify. Everybody loves Chef,
Yeah, but not everybody has seen.
right?
Chef.
It,
I
it
have
wasn't
not
like
seen
a.
it.
Oh,
It's-
really?
It's
Yeah.
not underrated. It's underappreciated, I guess.
It's-
But, like underseen.
Is this the one
Yeah.
with Bradley Cooper or John Favreau?
John
John
Favreau.
Favreau.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, there is one with Bradley Cooper.
It's
No
called,
one's
like,
seen
Burnt,
that one.
maybe?
Yeah,
something
no
like
one's seen that.
Um,
Sing Street, so good. Jack, just a young Jack Rayner, hasn't been to Sweden yet. Simpler time. Jack Rayner much better suited for Ireland than Sweden.
I got to run soon, but so I'm gonna have to cut my my tight 5 short.
Oh right, yeah. Do you have jokes for Parasite?
I have one because it's all I have time for. But Parasite, more like paragraphs because that was the most reading I've done in a long time.
That's a good joke.
I like
You
it.
get-
I
no
won't-
more?
I won't throw rotten peaches at you.
I would have more jokes, but actually, you know what? You know what the housekeeper's least favorite movie was?
What?
Call Me by Your Name.
Well, that was pretty good
Oh,
too.
yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That was pretty good. This is so. This is a thing. I really want Pete's thing to be that after he sees movies, he writes
5 jokes.
He writes a stand-up set about it.
I'm working on 5 jokes.
Yeah.
It's tight 5, and then maybe eventually we'll progress to 5 minutes.
I
But
like it.
2
for 2.
2 for 2, okay.
Yeah, the paragraphs was a great joke.
Thanks. I would have more, but the movie was just way too metaphorical for me.
Last night I wrote a poem. Man, I must have been in the poem zone. You guys like lyrics? I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. I'm going to assume that it's not like a fight that's breaking out right now. I mean, you've got to be pretty fucking hardcore to fight during this song. You gotta really want to fight. And I do. Maybe I'll get a pet. Learn how to take care of somebody else. Maybe I'll name him Jeff. But I think it might defeat purpose, living on housekeeping and room service. But I don't want to leave the palace. Oh, let's pay someone move in here and fix this. Last night I texted your iPhone, said I think I'm ready to come home. Please, please, please. I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. It's just me and Jeff.
Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you very much.